if any of you have very young nieces or nephews, or even brothers or sisters, have you ever been around babies? Young cousins, yep, that works. Been around babies before. Has anybody ever had trouble getting a baby to sleep before, or witnessed somebody else having trouble getting a baby to sleep? Nobody? Oh, there we go, a couple. I was gonna say, you all have incredibly well-behaved relatives. Okay, so we've had some trouble getting babies to sleep. What are things that you do when you're trying to get a baby to sleep? Rock them. Yeah. Anybody else? Other ideas? Adam's got one he doesn't want to say out loud. Okay, that's good. Keep it to yourself. What?
Sing to them.
Sing to them. Good. Excellent. Anything else you do? You can wrap them in a blanket. You can try giving them a little stuffed animal or a lovey or something like that if they have it, right? Okay. So we're going to learn a little song. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Story at the same time. One time I didn't want to fall asleep, so my mom wanted to take me for a car ride, and as soon as she put me in the car seat, I fell asleep. So she let me sleep in the car seat. She didn't want to wake me up.
Yep. I have friends who have put hundreds of miles on their car purely driving around town to get their babies to sleep. Because that's like the only way the kid will go to sleep, so you put him in the car seat and then you just drive. Thankfully, my son was better than that. He does fall asleep in the car seat very easily, but he also falls asleep other places, which is nice. So, all right, we're going to sing a little song today about a baby who has some trouble going to sleep, okay? If you would go back to, if you tap this beat. What shall we do with the baby? Sorry. What shall we do with the baby? Oh, what shall we do with the baby? Oh, what shall we do with the baby? Oh, if he won't go to sleepy? Oh. All right. And then the other verses of the song give all kinds of ideas, but we're not going to worry about the verses today. We're just going to focus on that little chunk, that little chorus section. All right. So if you would echo back as I indicate to you. What shall we do with the baby? Oh, what shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby? Oh,
what shall we do with the baby? Oh, what shall we ready sing?
what shall we do with the baby? Oh,
Let's do that section again. It's a little different from the first section. Sit up nice and tall. Here the throat's clearing. Might be a little high for you, gentlemen. It's fine to drop the octave. What shall we do with the baby? Oh, what shall we ready sing?
what shall we do with the baby? Oh,
What shall we do with the baby? Oh, ready sing.
what shall we do with the baby? Oh,
What shall we do? Ready sing.
what shall we do with the baby?
Just sing the what shall we do? Just echo exactly what I'm doing. What shall we do?
What shall we do?
What shall we do?
What shall we do
With the baby, oh.
with the baby? Oh,
With the baby, oh.
with the baby? Oh,
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we ready sing?
what shall we do with the baby?
Good, let's keep going for the moment. What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby? Oh,
If he won't go to sleepy, oh. If he won't ready sing.
if he won't go to sleepy, oh,
If he won't go to sleepy, oh. If he won't ready sing.
if he won't go to sleepy,
Yeah,
oh,
let me do the whole thing for you one more time, and then we'll do some other chunks. This is me singing the whole thing, but if you keep the beat going, thank you. What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh. All right, we're gonna try some slightly larger chunks. Keep the beat going, please. Might make you stand up here in a second. I'm losing you, I can tell. Yeah. What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh?
Very nice. What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh? What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
Nice. Stand up, please. I am going to make you stand up. You may put the beat wherever you want. You may put it in your feet. You may keep it on your thighs. You may pat on your chest. Wherever you would like. Just keep this beat going again. Good. Don't let it speed up, please. Nicely done. All right, let's see if we can do the whole song. I'll just give you a ready sing and you're in. What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
Nice job. We're going to split between Nick and Bryce. If this side of the room could please sing and this side of the room please keep the beat. So you guys get going. What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy,
And everybody together. What shall we ready sing?
what shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't. What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh? What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh? What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we ready sing?
What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? If he won't go to sleepy, oh?
Excellent. Have a seat. Many of you are looking sleepy this morning. Okay, all right. So, my very young students, right? My very young students in my very young class, okay? What was different about those songs that we sang? Very good. Very advanced first or second grader. Yes. What else might a very young student say?
The speed of the song.
The speed of the song. Very good. Can you think of anything else they might toss out?
Fast or slow?
Fast or slow. Very good. Very good. Some of them might know the word tempo. But probably you're going to get responses like speed and fast and slow and things like that. Okay. What was the same about the songs that we sang?
The words.
The words. Good. The pitches. Good.
The rhythms.
Rhythms. Good. Excellent. Always good to point that out too. I mean, the focus of my lesson. Okay, teacher hat back on. You're back in college now. So the focus of the lesson is obviously going to be on tempo, but it's really important to make sure the kids realize there were things that were the same, even though things were changing. There were things that stayed the same the whole time, okay? So, you just felt this song at a whole bunch of different speeds. We did it fast and we did it slow, and the way that we talk about that in music is we talk about the tempo of the song. Tempo is an Italian word that we use to talk about how fast or slow a song is. So when we're at a faster tempo, what shall we do with the baby, oh? What shall we do with the baby, oh? We were tapping our beat very quickly, right? The beat got very fast. And then we also went back to, what shall we do with the baby, oh? So you felt that this was much, much slower, and our tempo was much slower, okay? And then I would probably have them do it one more time as a group. I might let a student pick the tempo. I might let a student say, okay, how fast would you like to do it? And then whatever tempo they give me is the tempo I'm gonna go with, provided I can actually make that work. If they give me something super crazy, then I might suggest that we change it just a little bit. Okay, good. That lesson, what you just saw, is what you're going to do in the very near future, or something very similar to it, is what you're going to do. The bulk of the lesson is exactly what you did a month ago. It's teaching a song by rote. The bulk of the lesson is the exact same. And that's largely on purpose because I hope that you got a lot of growth and feedback out of that last experience. I think your reflections indicated that you did. You learned a lot of things that you wanted to either repeat or to make better the next time. And so here's your next time, here's your chance, to try and make some of those things better. And then you're gonna add on this small piece, I hope it's a fairly small piece for you, of a concept, a musical concept. So would you pull out your songs, please?
That we sing live?
Yes. Yep, pull out your course pack and your song that you sang for the recital last week. And I asked you to think a little bit about what concepts would work for your song. What did you think that you could teach using your song? And some of you have very obvious things that are printed right in there. Some of you, we may need to, brainstorm or stretch just a little bit. So make sure that you've kind of thought through that. Look at your song for a second. Make sure you've got at least 2 things in mind that could work. And then, could I have, I'm just going to do this haphazardly. So could I have Olivia talk with Isaac, and could I have Carolyn talk with Adam, and could I have Mallory talk with Megan, and Julie talk with Cody, and Bryce, Nick, and Kendall are the 3 I have left, right? Mm-hmm. If Bryce, Nick, and Kendall could be a group of 3. If you could talk with that person, look at each other's songs, share with each other what you think you would like to teach, see if it makes sense to each other, and then we're going to talk as a whole group about who's doing which concepts, and remember, I'm not going to let us teach 11 lessons on dynamics. So we're going to make sure that we've got some musical concepts kind of spread out throughout the group. So get together with that person, just share ideas back and forth, and then we'll hear